Yeah. I'm a little worn out, if you can't tell. I did finish lettering all of the Disco Inferno sign. The only sketch work I have to do on it is to do the flames at the top. Um, God, God, it was so hard to do. I probably mentioned this in the last video, but the only two straight edges I have are two big pieces of cardboard over there. Um, yeah, things I didn't think I would need for this project: a broom, to brush the eraser shavings away. This was a standard size pencil eraser. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I've used like half of it. Um, Whatever. Um, so I've done some of the flames at the top here. Actually, it's at the bottom. And then you can't really see it, but this is letters, trust me. It says Disco Inferno now. I kept measuring on the half an inch mark instead of on the full inch mark, so I had to go back and redo a lot of my lines. And also the letters at like a crazy tilt, so the math was all weird at how they got spaced out. I'm not going to go into how I calculated it, because frankly I don't think I know at this point. But it is even, and they are spaced out correctly. Just gotta doodle some flames at the top, and then it's ready to paint. Can't shake the feeling that I could be going faster, but I'm glad that I have the time now to take the time to do it correctly. Well, almost correctly. I did just talk about how I was messing it up by a line, or by a half an inch. I'm super out of it. But I am glad that I'm not rushing to do this before I go to practice after school. I'm doing this in the comfort of my own home, and I'm able to take as much time as I need to do it. Not as much, but you know. Plan right now is, I think, to get together Monday, and get some work done. I'll probably start painting this a little bit myself. I mean, I have 2 days, but get started on some stuff just so that way other people can have, like, do an example section, and then I can kind of delegate it out. Big thing that I need to do right now is to prime these and then to start sketching on them, because I need to make sure that it lines up with this guy. I think those flats are like 6 inches taller than 8 feet or something dumb. That's not a huge issue, and I don't really care that much. I'm not gonna like rebuild the flat over it. It's just a little bit inconsistent, and that's all. So I really want to make sure that I'm getting the measurements correct for it to line up with here, because they're going to be on stage for almost the entire musical. I started working on a sketch for the dressing room and bathroom. Nothing official, just because these are so tall, I'm going to play with perspective a little bit. So that way the sink isn't at people's eye level or something dumb. So I've got to kind of figure out how I want to do that. But the scale model method of drawing it on paper and then transferring it over worked really well for the big Disco Inferno sign. So I assume it'll hold true what I'm doing. What I'm saying is I can mess around with the perspective on paper and then just measure out where everything needs to be and do it on the canvas. A little bit more involved, I think, but it should be fine. I just don't want the sink to be like here for people because that'll look really bad. The other side of them is just going to be like big flame design stuff. That's just going to be a lot of like, I don't know. And that pretty much does it for the flats, actually. I just have to, mount them, which will be a whole other deal, but especially worried about the 8x8, actually, because that's a lot of canvas and wood to have vertical. We'll see though. And because that one doesn't really need to have a back, I might just have like big, like big braces on the back of it. Because if we don't need to use the back for anything, then we don't need to use it. And frankly, I think it would be kind of hard to do that because moving an 8x8 to turn it around would be a lot. I think that's pretty much everything. I got some paint recently, so I can get started on the flame work. I didn't have enough orange and yellow before. Otherwise, that's it. I've just got to kind of figure out how I want to color the letters. But I'm just going to look up some, like, disco font and kind of copy that. I've got a couple things that I think would be cool, but I don't know if I have time for. Or energy for, frankly. I think that's about it for now. I was going to talk more about how I did the lines, but it doesn't matter and I don't remember at this point, so I'll keep you updated.